The views and opinions expressed during this program are entirely those of the show's hosts and do not necessarily reflect those of Rude Rangers Entertainment, its investors, management, advertisers, or staff. Don't sue us, y'all. We don't have any money.
Hey, love bugs. It's Yvonne, the Motivator Man, and I'm so happy that you joined me again today for Dear Daughter. Y'all like my lips? This is Burt's Bee 100% Natural Lip Shine, and the name of it is Spontaneity. I picked it up on my travels. You know, underneath the mask, your lips are just hard or whatever. And this is really good for keeping your lips moist when you don't have your mask on. You know, you're going out to eat and you just whip it on real quick. It gives you a nice natural look. It gives you some color. So go ahead and tell Mr. Burt that his bees is really good, and check out Spontaneity. I want to talk to you today about commitment. And I pulled up the definition, so I'm going to glance over here because I want to make sure that you have a good understanding of what commitment is. I don't want to plagiarize it or give it my own definition or paraphrase it. I want to give it to you the way Webster gives it to us. And commitment is the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause or activity, and an engagement or obligation that restricts freedom of action. I had the privilege, age comes before peace, so the honor and privilege to be at the graduation this past weekend at Morehouse College. And also I was in the company of quite a few ladies from Spelman. And when I tell you, the energy was high, absolutely high. They had committed themselves to 4 years, some 5, sometimes it takes you longer. And when I sat down and was talking to many of them and they discussed their game plan, their schedule, their routine, I was just awed. I spoke to one girl that said, "Hey, listen, I'm a party girl. I'm a party. That's right. I'm a party." And I made sure my classes either ended early on Friday or I didn't have classes on Friday. I partied on Friday night. I would wake up Saturday around 12 o'clock. I would study from 12 to 5. I had to be to work 7 to 12. Sunday, I got up, I went to church. Either I had work after church or I studied after church, and then I went to work. I was like, for 4 years? She said, for 4 years. The first week that I got to Spelman, I sat down, I looked at my schedule, and I said, what is it that I can do to make sure that I graduate in 2021? She knew she had to work part-time, and she knew she had to study. Monday through Friday afternoon or Monday through Thursday, all she did was school. That was it. And the weekend came, Friday came, she did her party, and Saturday and Sunday, she did her studying. Now that's commitment. That is commitment. That is putting your energy into a cause, and she definitely restricted her actions to make sure. So today I want to talk to you, what are you committed to? What are you committed to that your future is going to have an outcome that's positive, an outcome that is going to make you happy, and an outcome that's going to let you live your dreams? Sometimes we don't put energy in the right place. We put commitment where it should not be. We put commitment in people that don't deserve our commitment. We put commitment into all types of different activities, and those activities are sabotaging to our future. It's called self-sabotage. That's another show. Y'all keep watching Dear Daughter, you'll hear about it. But you need to be someplace, but you told somebody you'll help them go someplace else, and then you arrive late to what you're supposed to do, and you're making all these excuses, and I had to do this for a friend, or I had to do that for someone. No, you didn't have to do it. You were supposed to restrict your actions so that you could be committed to your cause. See, it's you are a cause to you. You are your cause. You are the major commitment in your life. And nothing comes before that. And if you have that single focus, all your dreams, hopes, and desires will come true. I will say, oh my goodness, over 10 years ago, I'm at church. Y'all know I'm a church girl. And a preacher spoke over my life. And she said, you're going to be a centurion over women and young girls, raising them up in the ways of the Lord. So most people say preacher. Absolutely not. Not behind the pulpit. I'm definitely not a preacher. And all of us are called to preach the gospel. So don't play yourself. You got good word in you too. And how you share it, God will let you know. All you got to do is just ask him and he will direct you. And at that time, I didn't know what she was talking about, but because God wanted to do something with me and wanted to use me, I was like, amen. You know, Lord, however you can use me, it's okay with me. I'm so thankful that you even chose me. So, okay, I go, I Google everything because I'm a wordsmith and I got to know the meaning of the words that I use or the words that are spoken to me. And I looked up centurion, and it is a guard over 75 to 80 men, back in the day, Roman soldiers. And that was your responsibility, those men. So I was going to be responsible for many women and making sure that they were safe and making sure that they won the battle they were in. It's not to win the war and lose the battle. You want to win the battles that you're in, the battles you're in weight loss, the battles that you're in smoking, the battles that you're in drugs, the battles that you're in bad relationships, to win that, to know your commitment to your cause is yourself. So after finding the definition, I said, okay, Lord, however you want to use me. And it's not that I forgot about it. It's just that I wasn't walking in that at that time. I ended up doing a class at my old alma mater in the junior high. And the students that I was with this weekend, I met them when they were 12. And I had an after school program, and it was supposed to be for student leadership, and it was everything. I mean, I don't know what them teachers was doing. I was teaching geography. I was teaching math, all of that. Kids was like, oh, please, they didn't do it, for me earlier today. Can you help me? And I guess I just had a style of teaching that they liked. So those students were the students I was with, 12 years old. And at 12 years old, I used to use the biggest words I could find. And they would always say, why do you use these big words? I said, because one day you're going to have to take an SAT to get into college. You're going to need these words. And I would always say, it is advantageous for you to write them down and then study them. So, of course, one girl said, what is advantageous? I said, Google it. You always have your phone out. So she Googles it. She says, it's useful. I said, and that word is going to be useful because you're going to see it on SAT. They have it every year, advantageous. And they try to throw you off with the meaning of what it is. So make sure you know that advantageous means useful. And I also promised them, I said, listen, when you guys graduate from high school, I'll be right there. I will be right there every time. I was committed to those kids. Did not know that I was living up to what the prophecy was over my life, but I was committed and I wanted them to commit to their future. And I said, if you guys graduate high school, I'll be at the graduation, and every name they call, I'll walk the field with you. I did that for 3 years because I was doing that program for 3 years. And for 3 years, I went to graduation. I went to so many Sweet 16s, it was ridiculous. And for 3 years, I went to the graduation, and the individuals that graduated Sunday was my last class. So they are absolutely my babies, my heart. And then when they graduated high school, I said, listen, you're not finished. This is just the beginning. I need you to do 4 years. I need you to do 4 more years, and I'll be at that graduation too. So when I got the invitation to come, I definitely jumped on that plane and went down there because they committed themselves to their future. They restricted their actions for 4 years. And what was the outcome? That diploma. Now I want to let you know, they definitely partied Saturday night. And I was definitely partying with them. And I was so committed to that partying that I forgot I had a partner. And his name was Mr. Arthritis. And he decided that he was going to be committed to my body yesterday morning when I got up to leave. But Saturday night, it was a blast. Because when you commit yourself to your cause and your goal is fulfilled, you take a moment and you enjoy that. You know, I know you're saying, well, now they graduated, they partied, they can sit back. I can't even tell you how many kids told me, oh, on Monday morning, I have an interview, or I have 3 interviews. One guy said, I have 5 interviews Monday. 5 interviews? I set up 5 interviews on Monday. I'll be going from one end of Atlanta to the other with my attache case, my portfolio, my good suit, and my uncomfortable shoes. Now tell me that's not commitment. Tell me. He did not sit down and become stagnant and say, I'm done. He was like, oh no, this is only the beginning. See, the good thing about commitment is, especially when you commit to a goal, when you achieve that goal, listen, you feel like you are unstoppable and you go to the next one to knock that out. All you have to do is have the spirit of I can. You'll see it happen, and then you'll go to your next goal. But have you written your goals down? And when we come back from break, I'm going to talk to you about staying committed to the goals we're going to speak to after break. Now you make sure you come back, okay?
Of Long Island Telecom. We are your cellular superstore. We have the best in no-contract cellular on every carrier in the United States. We also do portable MiFi units, home phone service. We could beat your cable company at their own game by providing you very inexpensive TV, and we are a Sirius XM dealer as well. We can create a website for you, give you a special corporate email, and we do credit card processing. 631-833-9679.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Okay, sugar babies, y'all came back. I'm so glad. And before break, I was talking to you about being committed to your goals and asked, do you have goals? So I'm gonna ask you again, do you have some goals? So if you're saying, well, Miss Yvonne, what is a goal? What do you want to do, baby? What do you want your future to look like? Listen, all of y'all know July 22nd, I will be 60 years old. That's right. I ain't gonna stop saying it because it is a great place for me. I never thought I'd get to see 60. And the fact that I get to see it, and I gotta be honest, come on, y'all. I'm not being conceited, but for 60, and I'm walking around like this, and I just got a little weight to lose, tell me God ain't good, all right? So, I'm committed to my goals, but what are your goals? What are you committed to? I'll tell you, I was committed to my talk show, being a good talk show. And at first it was not. Ooh, baby, it was a mess. And I took instruction. I took criticism. It took a lot of nights crying, a whole lot of nights praying. I did not give up. You guys heard me discuss how I wanted to. And then I realized I couldn't because this was one of my goals. This was my baby. I couldn't do it. Couldn't just let it die. What is one of your goals? Just choose one. I don't need all top 10, because you can't do all top 10 in a day. If you can do all top 10 in a year, God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. I would never go after 10 goals in a year. If 10 goals happen, it's because it was a blessing, not because I put it on a piece of paper. And that's what I wanted to do. But just take one goal. And if you dedicate 90 days, just 90 days, just try that. To one goal, I guarantee you, after 90 days, you're going to be beating your chest like Tarzan and talk about bring on the next one, bring on the next one. Because soon as you know that you can do it, you will do it. You will do it. So what do you want to do in the next 90 days? Some of you that are graduating, you may have been late in filling out some paperwork for college. In the next 90 days, you better do that because they do have late registration, which means you can get up off your dusty duff with your lazy lima bean self and put that paperwork in. Okay? All right? Some of you are like, oh, I ain't got my summer body. Well, guess what? July really is when it's hot, 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 hot. So why don't you start now? You may have 20 pounds to lose. You're going to be able to lose those 20 pounds by July. So you'll have that summer body that you want. What about that business? Did you even start on the business plan yet? Did you even look at how to write a business plan? But yet you're saying you're going to start a business, or you already have a business, you're selling items, but you don't have a business plan. Which means that you're not committed to the success of your business. Because you got to have a plan. You just can't whip up that hair stuff in your kitchen, put it in jars, have people ringing your doorbell, talking at 12 o'clock midnight, telling me, hey girl, you got that creamy crack? No. That's not how you do business. And if you did a business plan and you looked into a business plan, or you took a business class, because there is the business of business, you would know that at 12 a.m. you should not be giving somebody a jar of creamy crack. You got to be committed to your cause, and your cause is you, and you are your business, and you got to be committed. What about that relationship? Is that one of your goals? To have a better relationship? Maybe your relationship is toxic. All y'all do is fuss, fight, yell, and scream. If both of you are willing to work on that relationship, what's your commitment to it? What's your goal? To get that relationship to a place where it's healthy. Maybe you need to go to therapy. Maybe he needs to go to therapy. If you're really committed, maybe y'all need to go to couples therapy and work that thing right out. But that's what you have to look at, what your goal is. What about your spiritual life? What about your ministries that you're in? What is your commitment? You know, I'm speaking to the choir right now because there's a ministry that I'm in that my commitment level has been low. And this ministry is very dear to my heart. And I can't keep saying I have so much stuff on my plate that it gets less time than everything else. My commitment in the next 90 days is to show up in this ministry and do what I'm called to do in this ministry so that I can fulfill what God wants me to fulfill on this earth. You already know what God wants me to do is very, very important to me, much more than what man wants me to do, and far more than what I want to do. Because trust and believe, I restrict my actions all the time for my cause. And that is, Yvonne is my cause. And whatever God wants Yvonne to do, that's Yvonne's cause. And I restrict my actions because I'm committed. Are y'all following me? Commitment is very important in your life. If you don't have commitment, you don't have a future. Socrates said it best. The unexamined life is not worth living. Yes, I have read the Apology. And if you haven't, please do. And just know that the Apology is not an apology. He's really ripping people apart that need to be told off. But y'all read that. That's on y'all. I read it. But the unexamined life is not worth living. And it's not. If you don't examine where you came from and where you're going, you'll do nothing. Oh, I failed at that. Okay. So what was the good and what was the bad? Don't tell me that there's no good in failure, because it is. Failing always teaches you a lesson. You have to be open to learn. And once you learn that lesson and you go ahead to your future, you know not to make that mistake again. And you know what was good, you make better so that you can continue forward. What are you committed to? If you're not committed to success, you have committed yourself to failure. So if it does not go right in your life, you can only fault you. If you look in the mirror and you're not happy, then look in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I committed to? And if you can be honest, you will find out the reason why you are not happy, you're not living a positive lifestyle, and your life is stagnant because you are not committed. What happens to stagnant water? No, it just doesn't stay there. Bacteria grows on it, mosquitoes breed on it. And like y'all know, I'm from the country, the bayou. And trust and believe, y'all call them up north mosquitoes. In the bayou, we call them skeeters. And when those skeeters bite you, trust me, you are looking for either some green or some red alcohol to rub on it to kill the sting. Because they have fed off of stagnant water. That bacteria has made them grow. Their bite is worse than any other mosquito. And that's why we call them skeeters. You don't want to be a skeeter. You do not want to feed off of stagnant water. And that's what happens when you don't do anything with your gifts and talents. They become stagnant water. What's your commitment to your cause? What's your commitment to yourself? What's your commitment to all of your gifts and talents? You were given them. And it is a commitment on your life to use them. I say over and over, and I'll keep saying, my name tells the world exactly what I'll do. Ex-husband's name is Man. My daddy's name was Poole. Yvonne Annette Poole, Y-A-P, Yap. I am committed to running my mouth until another 17-year-old doesn't try to commit suicide. Another single mother doesn't think she's worthless. Another woman doesn't throw her body in a bed hoping to come out with her name changed. And when it doesn't, that she feels sorrowful and worse than dirt. I'm committed. I am committed to y'all. That's the reason why you can hit me up anytime anytime at determinedwomenofdestiny.com. Send me anything you'd like to send me. If you don't want to hit me up on my website, send me an email, determinedwomendestiny. Just take out the of at gmail.com. Ask me any question that you want to at any time, and I am here to respond. If you're saying, I don't know how to be committed, I got you. Do y'all know that I'm a life coach by trade? I got you. I got this. Just contact me and we can work this thing through. Absolutely, totally. You do not have to walk around here aimlessly, not knowing that you have a direction and a future, because your life is definitely a roadmap for someone else. I'm going to say that again for all of y'all that was talking, that wasn't listening, talking when I'm talking. Hush. Your life is a roadmap for someone else. Someone else's life depends on you to be committed to yours. Absolutely. Your book. Have you written it yet? Yeah, I took a pause for you to say, oh my goodness, she knew I was supposed to write a book. You ain't the only one, me too. And what I started doing is trying to write 2 pages a week. 2 pages a week. There's 52 weeks in a year. That means that I get 52 pages in my book. If I pump it up, I may be able to finish this book in 6 months. I'm not the type of person that can write it in 9 months, nor am I trying to, because I want you to get the benefit of my struggle, of my commitment, of my restriction of my actions to get this book out. Because I have a story to tell. I got so many stories to tell. God made me a storyteller. And I guess he gave me a colorful life because he knew that I could bring it to you in a colorful way. But what about that book? There's somebody somewhere that needs to read your book. That book is life to them. And you just sitting up there chilling on it. Just acting like, oh well. You want to know where one of the most fully loaded places are on this earth? Walk past any cemetery, fully loaded. People went straight to the ground and took 6 feet and all of their hopes, dreams, desires, and gifts right with them. Absolutely. I need you to be committed to your cause, and your cause to you is you. So until next time, my love bugs, hugs, smooches, and kisses. I hope that your week is a wonderful one. And remember, send me an email at determinedwomendestiny@gmail.com or just drop me a line at determinedwomenofdestiny.com. I can't wait to talk to y'all next week. Love you.